Syngonium is one of the evergreen and low maintenance plants, and the most useful thing about this plant is that we can propagate it using its cuttings very easily, and in this video we will see how to propagate Syngonium cuttings in water with 4 easy steps. Just keep following and don't forget to subscribe. The first and the most important thing in Syngonium plant propagation is the season. If the temperature is ideal, the propagation can go very easy. So here what you need to do before anything is to make sure the season is right for Syngonium plant propagation. You can grow Syngonium plant cuttings when temperature is a little warm. Winter days are the resting time of this plant and propagation can be a little tricky at this time. But starting from early springs up to late summer days, you can propagate any variety of Syngonium plant very easily. After proper seasoning, the first step is taking the cuttings out of the plant. First take a sharp cutter and clean it using hydrogen peroxide. It's also linked in the video description to buy. Some varieties of Syngonium plant grow long like a vine, while some produces such type of branches from the main trunk. So here you have to make sure to take the cuttings from where the stem is starting using a sharp and clean cutter. This is the part you have to protect and from where the rooting will start. In the case of a vine nature Syngonium plant, you have to make sure there should be at least one leaf having this part. It is the part from where the aerial roots grow. This way you can take multiple cuttings from your Syngonium plant. In the next step, it's time to put the taken Syngonium cuttings in water. For that, I am using this plastic bottle with plain drinking water in it. Here we have our first cutting. Simply put them into the water like this. Make sure the water level is a little up the cutting. Don't push the whole cutting in the water because that can cause rotting of the stem. So these are the 2 cuttings I have put into the water. Place them in a shade and moist environment. After around a week, you will see some of the roots popping out of our cut part. This is our first cutting with some roots. Some can take a little longer, so just have some patience. And make sure to change the water every 1 week. After around 21 days, the roots have grown a little more. Now we can transplant them into a separate container in the soil. In the water, the roots can grow, but the leaves require nutrients to grow. So at this stage, you should put them into the soil. Our another Syngonium cutting also have grown some roots, and now we can also plant it separately. For that, take a small size container with a loose and well draining soil mix. You can also buy that from the video description. Put the Syngonium cutting into the soil very carefully and add more soil around it. After settling the soil, now add some water into the soil and place this pot in a shade for another week. When the plants look stable and growing, then you can put them into a bright spot. And for their faster growth, you can use some tips and tricks. Video on that is linked in the description box, must check that out. And to keep your Syngonium plant green and healthy, you should use Cow Dung Compost tea. Check out all about that here. If you need an advice for your plants, WhatsApp link is in the description box. It costs just $5.